There you are. How you doing, man? Good.
Oh, wow. This is, you don't realize how overwhelming this is. Because when we started out in that little tiny office in Dallas, just a few of us dreaming of exactly what we could do and exactly what we could accomplish. And then to look out here and see what's going on. This event, just so you know, the last one we did with Brent, this is 3 times the size in like 6 months. So it's just crazy how quickly this is growing. So I want to tell you a little bit about me, but I also today have 3 questions for you. You all have heard, wasn't this morning incredible? I mean, I've had people come up and say, this is like one of the best events I've ever been at. Just the powerhouses of people who've come up on this stage. But as you know, for those of you who know me, when I come up here, I'm kind of a little off sometimes, and I always try to get people thinking of things a little deeper or things in a little different way. So I have 3 questions for you. Why? What? And who? And why? First, why are you here? Why did you join EXP? Why did you leave your brokerage? Why did you give up your brokerage? Why did you leave your team? What is your why? And we heard a couple people talk about that yesterday in here and in the breakout section. And some people will say, well, my why is I wanted the rev share. Or my why is I didn't want to keep paying for my brokerage. But I'd like you to think about it from a little deeper level. Because when you really start thinking about what is your why, it's something that comes from the inside, not the out. Are you guys in agreement with that? Because until, who in here can say they've honestly taken a weekend or a week and really researched deep inside yourself to figure out what is your why? Who can honestly say they've done that? A good amount of you. Those of you who have not done that, I'd love to encourage you to take the time to do that for multiple reasons. Your why is something that drives you. It's something that makes you be willing to do what is uncomfortable in order to attain what it is you're after. It's something that will make you do what is painful and something that you don't want to do in order for you to get there. Are you all with me? I have 2 wives, and I'm not sure if they have the picture up there or not. So one of my wives is my boys. I'm a single mother. And they are, I'm going to get emotional. I just dropped my baby off at college last weekend, and I am a mess. I am totally grieving. Love you too. My second why is God. And in everything I really do everything to try to honor God in my life. And when I think about my why being my boys, why did I do EXP? Why did I give up running a brokerage where I had a 6-figure salary plus all the commission from my sales? Why did I give everything up to come to this little no-name company at the time, to trust that man sitting in the front row, in order to take a chance? Why did I do that? I did that because of them. Because I dreamed of giving my boys a life that they could never have had any other way. I dreamed of paying for college and cars and houses and trips and travels and experiences and things that I knew I was not able to do with the current situation I was in. Your why may be that you have parents that you need to take care of. Someone mentioned to me yesterday their why is that they lost the opportunity with their kids because they worked all the time as a broker. And they didn't get to see their kids grow up, and now they're not going to miss their grandkids growing up. Somebody today was talking about their why was something from a health reason. We all have different whys, but it's really, really important for you to take the time to figure out your why. Because the one thing I want you to remember is when you're making that fateful call to that other person, is they have a why too. They're not a number. They're not a stat. It's not about you. It's about they have a why and you have the answer. They have a why that you can answer that call. Do you guys get that? If you haven't seen Gene Frederick's famous napkin presentation, the very first thing that Gene says, I love Gene, I don't know where he's at, but he's one of my favorite people. And his very first question to people, he calls it T-May. Tell me about yourself. And when you ask that question to people, I want you to think about what is their why. If you understand what your why is and you're driven, you're going to want to know what their why is. You're going to want to know how you can help them and how you can serve them and how you can change their lives because you're so motivated because of what your why is and what you're doing for them. Does that make sense? Number 2, what excuses are you making that are keeping you from attaining your why? What lies are you telling yourself? What are you whispering in your own ear? Just in the last 2 days, I've had so many people come up to me and tell me excuse after excuse after excuse. They're like, well, I'm afraid. I don't know what to say. I really feel uncomfortable. That's out of, What excuses are you making? Because going back to my original point, when you know your why, there are no excuses. The excuses go away when you really understand your why. When I'm a single mom and it is do or die, I don't have a home, I have no food, I have nothing unless I go out there and pound the pavement and knock on doors and deliver flyers and sell another home. It's completely up to me whether we survive. Guess what? That's pretty daggone motivating. And to be very honest with you, I had every reason not to be successful. I hope I don't cry, but I feel like I'm going to. I am the statistic. Single mom. I have two muscle diseases and nerve diseases that I've had for almost 30 years. And there are days that I'm in such pain that I can't even get out of bed. I've been in over 20 car accidents. Thank you. I've rolled cars down hills. I've been in a 100-car pilot. I was hit by a bus. I've had whiplash 4 times, and I was paralyzed from the neck down. And in my life, I have either been married to, lived with, dated, had a family member or close friend be every kind of addict there is. And thanks to my friend Michael Reese, if he's in the room, and through his encouragement, I'm finishing a book called Life with an Addict to help support those people who live in addictive situations. And Brent and Rob didn't know this until after. But when Rob met me, I was still pulling my husband out of crack houses. He would disappear for a month at a time. And I would go into crack houses with guys with machine guns looking for my husband. And so I was really still a single mom because he was never home. He was gone for months at a time, and I didn't even know where he was. I've had my life threatened 5 times. And I lived the life that you see on TV and the movies. So I have every reason not to be successful. And through his blessing, as a leader of a team of agents that are larger than every real estate brokerage in America. But what are you telling yourself that's keeping you from attaining your goals? And I'm asking you and begging you and encouraging you to get it out of the way. And whoever that was, and I don't want to say her name, that I talked to right before I came up here, and I said, just wait until I get on stage. I have a message for you. Make the call. Get over yourself and bring that brokerage on. Number 3, who? Who do you want to be? If you were to die today, what would you want written on your tombstone? I do not believe that you would want it to say that you sold 1,000 homes. I do not believe you would want it to say that you were a mega agent. What do you want people to say about you when you're gone? Me personally, I would want written the words of Jesus. He said, not my will, but your will be done. I want to be known as someone that does his will. I know I make lots of mistakes in my life every day, but along the way, that's my goal in life, is that your will, not mine. And I want you to know that today, there was a gentleman that came up to me right before I talked, and he was talking about he's been here 6 years, and how he hasn't recruited people and blah, 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 same thing, excuses. And I said, today is a new day. Tomorrow, yesterday's gone. Forget it. Forget what you haven't done. Start today. It is never too late to become who you want to be. There's a quote that I love that I actually posted on my Facebook today. It says, winners are not people who never fail, but people who never quit. It isn't just about what you accomplish, it's about who you become from it. And today I encourage you to find out your why. Get the fire in your belly and the drive in your soul to overcome every obstacle that steps in your way and in your path, and get those doubts out of your mind so that you can become whoever you choose to be. You can be the person that you've always dreamed of being, the person that you always looked up to. And if you will do that, not only are we going to be a more successful